President Barack Obama wrapped up his two-day fundraising trip in Atherton today, where he was, of course, the star attraction. KRON 4's Maureen shows us how his visit generated a lot of excitement as well as criticism.
You're watching the presidential motorcade as it pulls away from the nearly $33,000 a plate brunch at a private home in this wealthy Silicon Valley suburb. The spectacle stopped traffic and brought out Obama supporters and the just plain curious to try and catch a glimpse and maybe snap a photo.
I saw the president. I'm so excited.
It's some piece of history.
The president was also greeted by environmentalists like this Sunnyvale resident who says she waited for Obama to whiz by with about 100 others for close to 2 hours in the hopes that he saw their signs calling on him to reject the construction of a pipeline which would carry oil from Canada to Texas.
I'm a mother and I really do believe that this is one of those key moments that we really do need to stop this.
This video shows the motorcade as it drives away from the final fundraiser of the trip, where donors could spend anywhere from $1,000 to attend to $5,000 to snap a picture with the commander-in-chief. A neighbor who says she didn't have that kind of cash took some video of what she called a waste of law enforcement resources.
In England, when they have some royalty or someone coming through, everybody just comes out and has a look, and there's not all these cars and people standing around guarding.
Others who came to look say they just had to, since it's not every day the leader of the country has lunch around the corner. Maureen, KRON 4 News.
Well, we don't have the fundraising totals yet on today's events, but the president did very well in two other events yesterday. We now know that he raked in $3.2 million for House Democrats. Not bad for a couple of House parties, both, of course, again at the homes of wealthy donors. One of Wednesday's events was for the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, the other for House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi. Grant?
Catherine, Representative Pelosi and the DNCC will not get to keep all of that money. Some of it, maybe a lot of it, will have to go towards paying for the president's trip.
Air Force One, Marine Corps One, a fleet of bulletproof vehicles, a small army of federal, state, and local security personnel. The president does not travel cheap. How much are all of us paying for the presidential visit? The answer is, we will never know. The White House does not reveal that information. What we do know is this. Air Force One, the modified Boeing 747 that brought him here, costs about $180,000 an hour to fly. On purely political trips, whether it's campaigning or fundraising, the president has to reimburse the government, but only for the comparable cost of chartering a private jet, about $25,000 an hour max. Plus, this trip was not purely political. The president stopped in Denver to campaign for gun control, which qualifies as official business. On mixed-purpose trips, like this one, taxpayers pay for time spent at official meetings and receptions. They do not pay for expenses associated with political meetings, receptions, and rallies. So here in the Bay Area, the president had to pay for all his rooms at the Intercontinental Hotel, as well as all meals, but he does not have to pay for the Secret Service. They are always considered to be on official travel, and all of their costs are paid by the taxpayers.
And all of these costs do not include overtime pay for local police or other expenses for the city of San Francisco. Pam.
President Obama left on Air Force One just after 1 o'clock this afternoon. KRON 4 Scott Rates was there for the takeoff from SFO.
This is what it looked like as the president's helicopter brought him to the airport. They got here very quickly, that helicopter arriving before schedule. You can see the president getting out of that chopper and giving a salute before he walked across the tarmac. He gave a few waves, walked up the steps, and turned around one last time and gave another wave before boarding Air Force One. Members of his staff also quickly boarded that aircraft. Once that door was shut, they did not waste any time before getting airborne and wrapping up the president's visit to the Bay Area. Now, the next stop for the president will be on Monday. He's expected to speak in Connecticut at the University of Hartford. Reporting at SFO, Scott Rates, KRON 4 News.